Alright guys, welcome back to Silent Hill. So there's gonna be a little bit of a weird jump thing here, but that is because the end of that last video got claimed. There was music in it at the end of the at the start of the school area, and so that got claimed. So we're just gonna be doing it this way. I don't think I'm very far off though. Adam, what am I doing here? I'm not sure if there's something going on. Yeah, I don't think anything else happened. I think I just was like, oh my god, I killed somebody. And then I left. Over the bridge, I returned to the central part of the Silent Hill, and went to the Alchemilla Hospital. Alchemilla? Or Archimale? Man, I don't know. Once in place, I approached the gate. Closed. Looks open to me. Who would doubt that? Must find a way to get inside. Eve looked around in confusion. She found a staircase between buildings, leading somewhere down, and a fire escape in the building opposite of the hospital. The roof! Never go into the basement. Opposite the hospital was some kind of roof. It is worth getting in there. The fire escape was inaccessible, and a strange bolted lock hung on the door. Okay. Go to the basement. I went down the narrow stairs and opened the door. One wrench, please. Tools hung on the wall in special brackets. It seems this wrench might come in handy. You have found a wrench. It has been added to the list of useful items. No, it's still right there on the wall. The gas tank of the rusted motorcycle was tightly screwed. I don't have the strength to open it. We have this wrench though. I opened the cabinet. Shotgun ammo. Cool. Anything up here? Yes. There's something in the box. Health drinks. Is that everything in this area? But we have the wrench. Just wrench it open. I guess I found everything. Will the wrench open this lock? Oh, it will. Cool. Okay, so the basement wasn't even that bad. That's a big centipede. My ingenious plan did not come true. A thick fog obscured any shape of the Akamele Hospital. It was impossible to even tell how many floors there were. On the side of the extension on the wall was a larva of an insect unknown to me. Looks like it's dead, or in deep sleep. Then leave it alone. As I was about to leave, I noticed a newspaper folded in half on the ground. One of the news items was circled in red. Eerie act of vandalism. In a small cemetery not far from the Bush House Orphanage, a terrible incident took place last night. Unknown persons dug up one of the graves and stole the buried body. It is not known what guided the defilers of the graves, committing illegal actions on the half-forgotten cemetery. The police department began an official investigation. Very interesting. I put the newspaper aside. There's nothing else here. Time to move on. I went down the street, trying to find an open building. The doors of the shopping mall were covered with bars. One of them rose easily. Luckily. Lucky. Lucky me. Man, I'm tired today, so I'm not all there. I just woke up. I found myself inside a shopping mall. It's a kind of scary shopping mall. I would go there. Like, honestly, like a Silent Hill themed shopping mall with like the graded floors and like, I would go. I think that would be so cool. Like a horror themed Silent Hill mall. Right in front of me was a map of the building that turned out to be useless. The path to the interiors of the first floor was cut off. I went to the TV stand on the right. Suddenly, all 9 televisions turned on, showing an incomprehensible picture. I don't know, it's pretty comprehensible. There's like a gate, some like archways. Can't read that, but like, you know. Looks like a child's drawing with pencil. Some place is on fire. The facade of the building looked vaguely familiar. How do I remember it, and why? I don't know, it doesn't look familiar to me. Eve climbed up the idle escalator. I looked into the first store I came across. What a terrible mess all around. The open safe, you can see packages with some kind of white content. Looks like drugs. There was a key in the nightstand engraved with Andy's jewelry label. The jewelry store was the next one on this floor. What a luck. We got a key. We got a ring. We're gonna take the ring. Why didn't you take the drugs? It would make this probably more reasonable. It would make everything we're doing here probably a little bit more reasonable. The robbers had clearly been here. Every shop window was smashed, and here and there were empty jewelry stands. Hey, what is this? I came closer and saw some blade stuck between the shelves. There's also a note here. The dagger of Malachor, the ancient dagger named after the Magi. How could the robbers miss this? It looks like this dagger is made of solid gold. You have found the dagger of Malachor. It has been added to the list of useful items. I think I'm done here. You could clearly grab that ring. There's something back there too. Going downstairs, I heard some noise coming from the street. Tracing an unknown source of sound, I found myself next to another cliff. The noise suddenly stopped. On the right, the broken sign of the Green Lion Antique creaked softly. For some reason, the logo depicted an emerald-colored wolf devouring the sun. For lack of other options, I went inside. It was a pretty cool picture. There's a hole right there in that wall. The streetlight barely illuminated the cluttered room. The far wall next to the massive wardrobe was destroyed. A mysterious passage led to the unknown. I pulled up my shotgun, reloaded it, and stepped into the darkness. Oh. I don't think that was too bad. Stands with unlit candles, woven rug, copper goblet. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, copper goblet on the counter. The tiny room was equipped for an altar? Or an altar. The walls in the corner of the room were draped with dusty burgundy velvet. What the fuck was they doing here? Summoned the devil? A powerful axe with a sharpened blade hung on the wall. To the right, in special loops. I approached the weapon. Axe. A small painting in the center of the altar caught my attention. I know this deity. Looks like Baphomet, the symbol of Satanism during the European Inquisition. The picture attracted me in an inexplicable way. I touched the image of the deity. Benevolent warmth spread under my fingers. Sirens. Sounds of sirens again. I walked out of the antique shop and looked around. The world has altered. Again, like it was a Midwich school. Some car was hanged over an abyss under an iron gate. I think right there. Looking closely, I found out that the car was hanging within the web. A mysterious symbol was painted on the wall in white paint. I'd already saw it earlier somewhere. A triangle inscribed in a circle. What does it mean? There is some secret here. I moved further down the street, not recognizing the facades of the buildings. At one point, only giant fans were left ahead on either side of the narrow road. A multi-layered scream rang out from behind. Hordes of monsters were approaching me. I rushed forward. At some point, the hospital gate flashed in front of me. No lock. Overjoyed, I pulled the gate and found myself inside. In the courtyard, there was a gigantic machine pumping something underground. I was horrified to see fresh drops of blood dripping from the joints of the rusty pipes. Blood. Blood everywhere. My mind has grown dim. Eve closed her eyes and fell to the ground. You do this every time. Quit passing out. I barely managed to open my eyes. Looks like I'm still alive. The girl got to her feet. I was in the courtyard of the Alchemilla Hospital. The wrought iron gates were still closed, but I found myself inside an incomprehensible way, fleeing from the monsters in a nightmarish reality. Miracles happen. I pulled the hospital door open and went inside. I don't want to be in here. I don't know why you want to be in here. I don't remember, but I don't want to be in here. There's a ringing silence in the reception. The malcolite tiles were covered with a thick layer of dust. The building seemed to be abandoned, like everything in this town. I went closer to the reception and wanted to look at the map when I suddenly heard a voice from around the corner. Don't worry, everything will be alright. You just have to take a few injections, and your well-being will immediately improve. No, Dr. Anderson is absent. We have many other first-class specialists. A normal human being. Finally. I turned around the corner and stopped dead. The nurse stood with her back to me and held an invisible phone to her hand. There was no phone in her place. A giant swelling pulsed on the nurse's back. Eve clapped her hands over her mouth in horror. The woman turned around. Her face was covered in blood. A huge spider crawled unhindered along the woman's left leg. They both noticed me. A new patient. You missed your morning medical procedures. The nurse clenched a dagger in her hand and lunged at Eve. Use medicine. Use medicine. Use medicine. Use weapon. Axe. I raised the axe over my head and delivered a crushing blow. This is very effective. I got stabbed with a knife. Moderate damage. Health drink. Handgun. Quite effective. Not the syringe. Not the drugs. Moderate damage. What if something else affects her? The cross. Okay. The woman screamed in pain and began stabbing the spider and her leg with a knife. The cross fell to the floor. The monster crushed it with a blow of the heel. The cross is broken. Item removed from inventory. Handgun. This is quite effective. The nurse grabbed the syringe and hit Eve. Quit doing that. Because I can't dodge. The nurse grabbed the syringe. Quit. I can't avoid your attacks, lady. The woman screamed and dropped the dagger. I jumped closer and thrust the blade of the knife into the spider. Now they both are dead. Very scary. I came to my senses. Something lies next to the woman's corpse. 3 health drinks. Thank you, because I just wasted them fighting you. I went back to the reception desk and listened intently to the silence of hospital for a while. It seems the nurse was the only threat. Taking the map of the first floor in my hands, I marked the available and inaccessible rooms. The building is designed in the shape of a Russian letter N, I assume. Both wings must be carefully examined. Map. Well, okay. Exam room. I don't want to exam anymore. There's a black briefcase on the floor next to the chair. The code says Laney. I'm gonna write that down. Briefcase was locked. Okay, so maybe it's not Laney then. You ever consider that? I opened the cabinet. Health drink. Shotgun ammo. That's amazing, actually. Oh, I knew there'd be something on the table. On the table lay an old newspaper. Breaking news. A horrible fire broke out the day before in the Cedar Grove Sanitarium. According to eyewitnesses, the fire started in the middle of the night in the left wing and quickly spread to the entire building. It was finding out that several mentally ill patients escaped from the sanitarium. The police are looking for them now. The terrible state of the building of the medical institution makes it possible to speak with confidence about the impossibility of restoring the work of the sanitarium in the next few years at least. I put down the newspaper. The unknown creature was lying on the floor. Most of all, it looked like a pterodactyl that had been skinned. The window in the exam room was broken. The monster probably flew in from the street. Looks like it's dead. I just want to make sure it's dead. I know it's not going to be dead. I mean, there's nothing else I can examine here. So I'm gonna stop. Go to the office. The room is locked. I can't get in here yet. I'm gonna go to medicine room. The narrow room was lined with cabinets. There was a notice on the wall written in large red letters. It's just a disgrace. After what you did last week, I made the decision to lock the kitchen. The password is available only to individuals who use medical alcohol extensively for working purposes. Hey, the director was clearly furious. What if there's something here? I'd like to reread what the director said. It's just a disgrace after what you did last week. Okay, so I need a password to the kitchen. Let's go to the right wing then. Oh boy. The basement. A separate staircase led to the basement. I went downstairs. Looks like you're going upstairs. I found a sign, generator room, and pulled open the door. The door is locked. So I gotta find a key to the generator room and the kitchen. The director's office was firmly locked, and the director's office. I know the kitchen's going to be locked. Oh my god. Could it be? Could it be? L-A... So nothing happened. The password does not seem to work. Okay, I didn't think so. Doctor's office? Phone. I picked up the phone. No beeps. There was no connection. Another hospital map lay on the tabletop. Wow. There are 3 floors here. I need to get into this damn elevator. Memo fell out on the map. After an emergency on the territory of the Cedar Grove Sanitarium, the surviving documents were delivered to the Alchemilla Hospital, including patient records, psychiatric records, test results, etc. The assembled commission, consisting of the director and 3 doctors, examined the documents received for the possibility of recovery. A collective conclusion was made about the inexpensity of using documents that survived after the fire. A unanimous decision was made to send the documents under investigation to the Public Records Archive for permanent storage. Trainee Morrison has been assigned in charge of materials delivering. Very cool, very cool. Anything else here that's kind of smaller? I pulled out the right side of the cabinet. Handgun ammo. So helpful, honestly. I walked over to the bookshelf and began to carefully study the printed editions. When I accidentally dropped the book 4th Degree Burns, Methods of Treatment, I noticed a small niche between the shelves. 3 health drinks. Wow. I'm not finding anything helpful, though. I'm just finding, I'm not finding any, puzzle stuff. I mean, let's go to the conference room. There's a key on the table. The conference room was occupied by a luxurious marble table. A key lay on a polished tabletop. I wonder what it's from. Unknown key. Can I examine the key? Director's office? With a pleasant click, it entered the hole. That's not how keys work. They're supposed to... They'll enter, as you just can't turn them sometimes. I found myself inside the room and found a terrible mess. Cabinets were open, documents were thrown to the floor, and pages and medical directories were torn out. Near the table on the floor, in a bloody-colored liquid, lay shards of glass. Something was broken here, quite recently. The odd tart aroma was still in the air. Someone was looking for something in this room. There was an unnoticed office key in the garbage bin. You found office key. Left wing. Office. I tried to use the key I found in the conference room. Useless, doesn't fit the keyhole. But the key from the director's office fits perfectly. Why did you do that? It was labeled office. I looked around. On the table lay a thin box. Such are used to store Montpeiser candies. I opened it and found a crooked note on a notebook sheet. Megan, that jerk locked the kitchen, but I got the code from Johnny. As you were on duty, check the phone and the director's office. Kisses, Lucy. P.S. Stop eating candy. Interesting. We're checking out. In the director's office? Check the phone? I've already been there. I know you've already been there. Just go back. Why won't you go back? It said to do the thing. Did I read that right? I looked around. Check the phone in the doctor's office. Okay. I got it right now. The exam room, medical room, doctor's office. Phone. I began to study the telephone. Not finding anything suspicious, I noticed something at the bottom of the device. A small roll of paper fell out from the inside. I really don't want to read that. If you want to eat, just rearrange the letters of Dr. Kaufman's briefcase and get a new word. This idiot always drops it in the examination room. Back to the examination room, I guess. Let us be going. Exam room. And there's the briefcase. That motherfucker's gonna get up. I just know it. So I gotta rearrange the letters to make a new word. What word could that make? I'm not sure. You still dead? Yeah, you look still dead. You know what? We're just gonna go and we're going to try things. Okay, so we already tried Laney. What about Naile? Nothing happened. Okay, so it's not that. Ailne. Nila? I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna figure it out. Just give me a minute. Oh my god, it was alien. How am I so stupid? Anyway, door opened and I went inside. Very clean kitchen, honestly. I found myself inside the kitchen and listened. Someone was crying. I began to walk around the kitchen to the left, along the perimeter. Don't move. The gas station guy pointed a gun at me. I said don't move. Christ, what was his name? Hey, Jeremy. It's me, Eve. Please don't shoot. I must take you for a monster. The guy hid the weapon. Why are you stalking me? I happened to be here by accident. I was sent here by Eve hesitated for a moment. It is not necessary information. This psycho about the ghost. He can react unpredictably. It doesn't matter who sent me here. Something strange is happening in this town. See it myself. So, how is the search for your brother progressing? So far to no avail. I can even understand you somehow. Jeremy's voice warmed up a fraction of a degree. I myself have lost a loved one not so long ago. My condolences. Fuck this false kindness. Calm down. I didn't mean to hurt you in any way. We both fell silent. Jeremy, what are you doing in this hospital? Me? The guy looked visibly confused. I needed something. Medication. Listen, I wanted to ask, did you also receive an invitation to the town? Invitation? Yes, Lakeside Amusement Park, gold coupon. What nonsense. I don't need any coupon. I work in this park. I am a circus performer. I give live performances. Reluctantly told Jeremy. What business of yours? I have to get to the amusement park. My brother is there. Well, you need to... You and think about how to do it. Jeremy, wait. The guy that drew the handgun again. I already warned you. Birdie, one more step and you're dead. I need to go. Here's the plan. Now, you close your eyes and ears and slowly count to 20, aloud. If you make even a move, I'll shoot you. Is that clear? I got it. I will do everything as you say. I will not argue with Psycho. I knelt down and closed my eyes. I don't think you were supposed to kneel down. In a trembling voice, E began the countdown. What is he doing? Soon, everything was quiet. I risked opening my eyes.